for hashtag New Music Monday, and sitting opposite me in the studio is our featured artist for today. Her name is Rena, and she is an incredibly talented vocalist, musician, DJ, entrepreneur. Honestly, Rena, you are doing it all. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Good to be here.
And the best thing as well is you lived down the road from the studio not that long ago.
Literally 5-minute walk from here, yeah.
So these are your ends.
This is my yard.
A true Londoner though, as we were talking about earlier, a rarity here in London. Normally, like people like me move to London, but you are from London, born and raised. So now you're taking it over by storm through your music.
Yes.
Now, I didn't realise this until you mentioned it earlier, because I knew you were a DJ. I knew this was your first song, which I should probably say to the audience is called Find Me, and you'll be performing it later on in the show. I knew this was your first song kind of as a solo artist. I didn't realise that you'd released a song way back when, in the day when you were 13.
That's correct, yes. I was just 13 years old.
Oh my gosh. So how did you get into music back then?
I've been writing songs since I was a child, so from about 8-9 years old. My uncle was in a famous Asian Bhangra band called Apna Sangeet.
Nice.
Had a recording studio in Birmingham. And I took my songs to him. I was very inspired by Mariah Carey at the time with her Emotions album.
Yeah,
great voice and great writing. Took some songs to my uncle and my dad, and I think Rena's got something here. Let's get her in the studio. So I just started recording, and I did my first demo at 11, and then my dad thought, yep, let's take you to a professional studio and get you recorded there. So I worked with Andy Whitmore, who was recording with Peter Andre, Danny Minogue, and cut my first single, yeah.
I'm sorry, who works with such amazing names, like right off the bat at 11? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
It's great that your family was so supportive as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing music if my mum and dad and my family were supporting me behind this. And Dad used to be my manager as well, so...
So you learned from like a pro if he was in the industry as well.
Yeah, he set up a record company for me. So, and then we self-released that single when I was 13. So
what was it called?
My Feelings Are Just Right, and you can hear it on my SoundCloud.
Brilliant. And so you're online, you are at Psi Bindi, Psibindi.
Yes, that's it.
For those listening. And that is your DJ name.
That's my DJ name, yes.
So you went from releasing a single and then immediately into DJing. What happened there?
There was a good few years of in my teens touring around and singing and recording more songs. And then at 17, I recorded a single for BBC's Run the Risk. It was a TV show, it was a kids' TV show, it was a game show. And the theme tune basically recorded that and was getting ready to release it. But unfortunately, I got hit by a car at that point, yes.
Oh my
so
gosh.
it just stopped the whole release campaign at that point. So moving forward, I was okay. But moving forward, I then hit my 20s. I was in a few girl bands, discovered psychedelic trance, went to a few underground parties and just fell in love with the music. And that was my path from there.
Oh my God. So you literally had music, we haven't had the same childhood, basically. Did you go to school as well whilst you were touring? Or?
I did, yeah. I went to Sylvia Young Theatre School.
Of course.
Yeah. So obviously going there, because they allow, kids to take time off to audition, do TV, musicals, West End, and obviously I was singing. So it was the right school for me to be at, yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because I always imagine schools like that to be so competitive that actually as a child it can be a bit overwhelming. For you, it seems like it was a very positive experience.
It was, but there is some competition. It was a very small school, about 150 kids there. Priya Kalidas, she was actually in my school as well, about a year younger than me. So we were both extras in EastEnders at the time.
I swear everyone's been in EastEnders at some point if they've been to Sylvia Young.
You got to do EastEnders, yeah.
It's like the break forward into it.
And she's obviously moved. She's got a lead part in EastEnders, and then she released some singles as well. So it's good to see people that you're at school with flourish and obviously have successful careers too. So yeah
definitely. I love that you have this attitude. I mean, just to break it down, when you came in, you even said that you keep change that you give to homeless people as you're walking around. You are definitely a better person than I am, just going to put that out there, but you seem very welcoming to other women and other people in the music industry. No competition whatsoever, like there's room for everyone.
I truly believe if everyone wants to be successful, so why don't we all help support each other to be successful? The more we work together, the more opportunities we're going to create, and it's really great to support each other, and that's why I created that platform Size Sisters, which we'll talk about in a bit.
We will talk about that later, yes.
To help promote and support other artists. I don't believe in competition. I think that's a negative way to do music. I think it's about collaboration.
So even when you're, I guess, before this single now, which we will go on to shortly, but when you started DJing as well, was that a lot of collaboration too? How did you really kind of, I guess, be a DJ? if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. After going to many parties, listening to the music, I knew that's the music I wanted to DJ. My good friend Jules Hamer, who's a psychedelic trance artist called Aphid Moon, he basically signed me to his label, Aphid Records, and I started DJing thanks to him. I'm another DJ on the label. As Captain Kairos taught me how to DJ, taught me the technique. And that was about 11 years ago now. So I've been DJing for quite a long time, yeah. And I've been playing a bit of techno as well. So it's, you know, it's all about technique at the end of the day.
Does it involve a lot of production as well?
Yes. So I got into psychedelic trance production when in 2011 released my first EP on Aphid Records. And that was a collaboration with Aphid Moon and another artist called Mechanimal. And we're using my vocals as well, and doing something quite different with the vocals, using lots of effects and plugins to make them sound unhuman. So because psychedelic trance is dance music and it's got a lot of layers in it, so the vocals needed to sound very integrated. So yeah.
Has it made you a bit of a music nerd? And I say that in a good way.
I am a geek. Yeah, I've got my own recording studio at home. I do have a day job in IT as well. So yes, I'm surrounded by technology every day. So yes, I'm a bit of a geek.
See, I wouldn't have thought you'd have had a day job, just because, I mean, I've been seeing that you're touring off, flying to like Ibiza and all these places to DJ, and you still have time to have a 9 to 5 as well.
Well, I've got to pay the mortgage, I've got to pay the car.
Am I allowed to know what company it's for?
We support 3 charities, big leading charities in the UK. I've been in the company for 11 years, but there's a change coming this summer, so I will be free from working 9 to 5, and I will be focusing on my music. Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So let's move on now to Find Me, which is your next song. So you were DJing, and now you've decided to go back as a kind of, I guess, a solo artist. What happened there? Where did that change come from?
I think it's just having been in the psychedelic trance scene for many, many years. I am a singer at heart. That's where I've started my music career. And I had the opportunity to record some songs with top music producer Hannah V, who I met through a Native Instruments event. And I really wanted to get back into writing and singing. And we recorded some great songs, and it's just all basically taken off from there. So
tell me a bit more about the song, actually, because like I said, it's so epic. It builds and then it gets smaller and then it grows and it's incredible. Definitely epic, James Bond-esque. How did this song come about?
So I was in the studio with Hannah V and co-writer, a great singer as well called Akylah. We wanted to write something which was a bit reflective of real life, about trying to find a decent man in your life, someone that you want to find something special, and the challenges of trying to find somebody. So it's a very poetic way of looking at wanting, yearning, longing for someone special to come into your life. And it was actually released on Valentine's Day, a song for single people on Valentine's Day. We thought it was quite appropriate because there's a lot of single people out there.
That is true. Was it quite a personal one for you then?
It was, yes. But I think the greatest songs are when they're personal. So
are a lot of your songs personal?
They're all personal, yes. They're all quite autobiographical. They all mean something a lot to me, which I hope then will resonate with other people.
How do you find being personal on pen and paper? Is there like a line where you know that this is too close, or do you not have a line and the more personal the better?
More personal the better. I think the greatest songs are when you're writing from the heart and from the soul. So it's got to connect with other people, and a lot of people will understand and empathise or think, yes, that actually reflects with me as well. I can identify with that as well. So
yeah. Now, of course, we've got the lovely Ed here in the studio on the keys, playing Ed beautifully, might I add. So when you perform live now, do you have a full band?
We do have a full band, yes. I'm just going to do the name drops here. So we've got Alessandra Vitiello, who's our drummer. We've got Russ Maguire, who's our bass player. And we've got a new addition to our band, Martin Saval from Asian Dub Foundation, who's our guitar player. So we've got some really great musicians working together here, yes.
Did you say the guitarist was the guitarist for Iggy Pop?
He was indeed, yes. Yeah, he told us that in the studio, didn't he? So
how do you find these guys?
It's a family, I've been working with the band for a year now, and Martin has just recently joined us as well. So he's gelling with the band, and we're creating a very new sound and changing the direction a bit as well. What we're doing live, so it's going to really give the listeners something very new and fresh.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. How is it performing, I guess, with a band as opposed to when you've performed before when you were younger and as a DJ as well?
Yeah, this is a new experience for me because it's the first time I'm actually working with a live band on stage. So it's great because you have to work with other musicians. You've got to listen a lot to everybody, and you've got to gel and obviously get that sound all together. So it's something very new for me, but it's a great experience. Yeah.
What I really love about this song, Find Me, as well, and because obviously we've got an acoustic version here, but in the full version, I guess, album version, I'm not sure what people say, you definitely show off your forgive me if I'm getting this wrong, but I guess your Indian side. Are you Indian?
I am Indian, yes. Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything politically incorrect. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I don't want to assume. But you definitely have the instrumentation, like a certain tonality that comes out in that song. Is that there in your other music as well?
Well, I'm actually a trained classical Indian singer. I've been training for the past 15 years with Ustad Latifa Ali Khan. Who's a great musician and singer. He comes from a family of very famous singers from Pakistan. So I've been learning a lot of traditional ancient singing from him, 500-year-old technique, ragas, etc. So yes, that is fusing with my vocals. And I do sing in Hindi as well. So
that explains the voice and the technique and the unique sound to your voice as well. I was trying to figure out where it came from, but there you go. How is it, I guess, being an Asian artist in the UK? I feel like in London, there's more of a community, I guess, or more of a market for it. How have you find it being an Asian artist, I guess, since you've been doing it since you were 11, and how has it changed from then to now as well? How have you been received?
To be honest, I still think there's a lot of work to do. There, the Brit Awards was fantastic this year, but in terms of diversity, Asian artists, there's no Asian artists still being represented as yet, and they are out there. You've got BBC Asian Network, which is a great platform for bringing up emerging artists through the platform. But there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of more artists, Asian artists stepping up to the plate and being recognised. I think in mainstream music,
definitely.
I can still count 5 artists on one hand at the moment. You've got Jay Sean, you've got Naughty Boy, you've got MIA. But where are all the other Asian artists out there? So I think there is still work to be done, and I think there are changes coming, and I think this is going to be a good year for more Asian artists to start stepping up to the plate. Yeah.
What kind of things do you have, like a community? I know that sounds really stupid to say, but I do know, being black myself, and I was once a musician as well, we definitely had a bit of a community, of a support system of helping each other out. Is there a similar thing for you?
Yes, I mean, through the platform that I created, Psi Sisters, I've been networking with other Asian artists, especially female ones that I'm finding when I go to events, etc. And I've been actually running a promo campaign for a few of those Asian artists on Psi Sisters. If you check us out on Facebook fan page, you will see those profiles there. So yes, I'm trying to now, where I do see an Asian artist that's doing some mainstream music, I'm trying to connect with those people, get them together and start building that community. Yeah.
Let's talk a bit more about Psi Sisters, actually, because it's something that I found when I looked you up, it was one of the first things that came up. It sounds like an amazing project. So basically you kind of said, I've had enough with music industry, this is what I'm going to do to make a change. You created Psi Sisters, a platform for female artists, all different mixtures of artists, to, I guess, promote the work, come together and work together. Tell us a bit more about it. Have I got it right?
Yeah, you've got it right. Yes, we created started off the collective. About 6 years ago in 2012, and I just wanted to create an event in London with female DJs on the lineup. In psychedelic trance music, there was very few female DJs at that point. So myself and a few other female DJs that were actively playing at that time, we all got together. And we invested and we put this event on in the Union Club in Vauxhall, and it was a great success. Really, really fantastic. It was the first time we had an event like that in London for psychedelic trance DJs. And we did another event in 2015, which was even bigger. We had 18 female DJs on the lineup. Again, sold out event. It was fantastic.
Amazing.
Through doing the events, a platform then was formed as well to promote and support other psychedelic trance DJs. So we featured over 100 DJs with artist profiles now, and now I'm obviously expanding my music direction. So is the platform expanding. We've now set up a record label called Psi Sisters Music, and Find Me was released on the label. So I want to obviously release more artists with the label as well, and keep that platform growing. It's a globally recognised platform. We're featured on Thump magazine. We're networking with other collectives as well. And also Native Instruments as well, who we run a room with the Native meetup events that they do. So we're getting out there, but there's always work to do. But it's just fantastic that we've got this platform and we've featured so many artists on there now. I can tell that you're really passionate about it. It's something that means a lot to you. It does.
Which I'm assuming is probably quite necessary to have passion, considering you're doing that and you're doing music. do you have the time, basically?
I just work around the clock. It's a very busy life.
Yeah.
It is, but it's my passion. It's what I want to do. It's everything is about music for me. So in every direction, and if I can not only do something for myself but help promote and support other artists as well to fulfill their goals as well, which I think is the way that all artists should work. We should all help support each other and collaborate. I think we can all achieve success.
Will you be taking Psi Sisters further than London, or what's the plan?
So at the moment we want to do another event because we celebrated 5 years last year, so we're due an anniversary event. So that's my next project for Psi Sisters, is to raise the funds for that and put on a really, really big event. And that won't just be psychedelic trance, it will also be other dance genres as well, like techno, house, etc. So I really want to do something big and collaborative. And
of course for Rena as well, what's coming up for your own music?
So there will be another single coming up as well, which we're working on at the moment in the studio, a tour with my band, and also to start moving around a little bit to play around Europe as well. That would be really great. I've also got lots of gigs as well lined up as a DJ as well. I'll be playing in Czech Republic, Boomtown, which is a massive festival in the UK. It's brilliant there, great fun. So I'm really looking forward to that as well.
I can imagine. So I have to ask the usual question. What are you listening to at the moment?
Wow, I'm actually listening to some really cool underground drum and bass.
Right on brand, perfect.
I listen to, I love Supreme Dance and Select UK stations as well, because it's got a lot of underground dance music. So when I'm in my car, if I hear something, I'll just Shazam it. I actually do buy my music, and I buy those tracks, and I've been just listening to those on rotation at the moment in the car because it's so great to listen to.
Oh, you're the old school way. You still buy music.
I always buy music, always. Yeah.
Is that just a thing because you know what it's like as a musician?
Absolutely.
How to support yourself. Have you seen quite a big change, I guess, since streaming has come in terms of how your sales have gone?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's complete. The internet is kind of, you could say, it's kind of destroyed sales, I think, for music, but it's been positive in the way of exposure and getting streams. But yes, I think selling music is not as, it's, I think even the majors and the major artists have difficulties as well, making sure they get those sales in. But yeah, it's definitely all changed with the digital revolution, but you just have to adapt.
Yeah, I was going to say, it just seems like something that we just got to deal with and move on. I have no idea how we're going to move on, though. If you have any suggestions, share with the group.
Let's see what technology, they keep reinventing things, so who knows what the future is with sales. But at the end of the day, it's still a great thing to be, obviously you need internet to get exposure and to get your music out there in the first place. So
yeah, definitely. Now, we've talked about your influences in general. You're going to be performing a cover for us in a moment. You said it was a Beverly Knight cover.
It is, yes. Actually, it was a Tina Turner song, I Can't Stand the Rain, and then Beverly Knight covered it. And the version that Beverly Knight did, I really love. She's got a fantastic voice. So
she does.
Beautiful
Absolutely.
Soul voice, yeah.
Yeah, so another influence of yours?
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Solange, Beyonce, Aretha Franklin, Amy Winehouse, all these singers have been, very inspiring for me.
Thank you so much, Rena, for coming in. It's been amazing chatting to you. Definitely a fun interview for sure. Let's do the usuals. Where can everyone find you online so that they can follow you and support you 100%?
Okay, so all my social media is under my DJ profile. So it's Psi Bindi, PSI BINDI. So you can find me online on Instagram with Psi Bindi, YouTube, Psi Bindi, Twitter, DJ Psi Bindi, and obviously Facebook as well. It's Psi Bindi on there too. So,
and of course, you've got a gig coming up soon as well,
yes,
where people can come and actually see you.
Yes, so the next gig is on the 16th of April with the live band. We're going to be performing at Sync. It's plugged in, switched on event. That's going to be with all the musicians, including Martin as well. So it's going to be fresh new sound. So come and check us out. Yes,
it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for coming into the studio. This is, like I said, #New Music Monday with me, Akylah Rodriguez, bringing you all the best new up and coming artists. Do follow Rena online. You won't be disappointed, I guarantee.
Wandsworth Radio.